This is the Ukrainian-Polish border, the Shehiny-Medyka checkpoint. According to the latest UN data, a large proportion of Ukrainian refugees, mostly women and children, fled to Poland after Russia invaded Ukraine. Many spent days waiting to cross the border.
It's very tough, of course. I don't know what else to say, but we have no choice. We need to save the children.
Since the very start of Russia's aggression, human rights activists have been warning refugees that they could be targeted by human traffickers.
The risks have definitely increased, mostly because women who cross the border with children have found themselves in an extremely vulnerable position, from an economic point of view as well as psychological. They are fleeing a war. People are easier to manipulate when they are in such a state.
Human rights activist Yulia Anosova says human trafficking typically involves both sexual exploitation and violence. Polish police have already registered 2 cases of rape among refugees. Volunteers are working to inform women who might be at risk.
We've seen men taking pictures of women and teenage girls. We very quickly understood that human traffickers could be behind this.
A woman from the Kiev region was looking for a job in Lviv. She found an employment ad, got in touch with a person of contact who offered her a job as a nanny for a 15-year-old boy. Part of the job was offering sexual services.
Refugees also risk being exploited at work. The scheme is very simple. Living quarters may be offered for free at first, and once the refugees arrive, they find out it's anything but free. Human rights activists emphasize such actions are illegal.
If there is an expectation for work, then the work should be paid. And very important. Moreover, if you have to work in the place where you live, or there is the same owner that requires you to work, I don't know, in a hotel, in a, I don't know, farm or wherever, and you are being hosted, that is a sign that you need to be aware that this is a vulnerable situation.
Half of the displaced Ukrainians are children. Some cross the border without any papers. Some cross the border alone, without parents. Such children are at risk of ending up with someone suspicious, or worse.
Missing is a result of gaps in the protection system, and gaps in the protection system are the same kinds of issues that attract traffickers.
The organization called Missing Children Europe asks refugees to immediately report any missing children using their hotline. They also encourage adults to be watchful, and if they see a child looking lost and alone in the street, to immediately alert local authorities. For women, there is also advice about how not to become a victim of human traffickers.
Ask for an ID card, for identifying them, if they have some card from the organization or something like that, to go to the tent to see if they have a tent. It's very important. If they have a tent with their name in the border, it means that it's a safe organization.
Experts also advise refugees to take pictures of important documents on their phone, stay in a group, and keep handy the phone number for the police in any country they enter. It's also important to have contact information for volunteers and aid groups, and keep in touch with relatives and close friends, so that as many people as possible know the location of each refugee. For Lesia Bakalets in Washington, Andrey Degtyarev, VOA News.